Hey everybody, this is Cricket here, going to be giving you guys my very first Force Strategy Gaming cast. We have officially kind of partnered up with each other, so I'm going to be able to give you guys some hopefully entertaining and but yet some good strategy, some good tactics to be using in the StarCraft 2 game that we love so much. And I want to go and introduce these players. We have the yellow Zerg Spanishiwa spawning in the 6 o'clock position, and his opponent is going to be the red Protoss player ShOoTER. Now both of these players are very high master level players. Spanishiwa I believe is like 2.6k masters, and ShOoTER is, I believe he's just breaking the 3k master league ranking. So both very high quality players. These guys are actually playing a custom match. Obviously you can tell from the colors of Spanishiwa, but this was actually taken from my very first Cricket Open tournament that I hosted a few weeks ago, and this was actually the final game, the final match of the tournament to determine who is going to be the champion of the first Cricket Open. And it was a very exciting one. Some very interesting things went down, and so I want to go ahead and talk about it a little bit and show you guys what is up. Now we're going to go and look at the APM, and yes, Spanishiwa is an APM spammer, but we love him anyway. He has a drone going to be coming down here, laying down a 14 hatch, it looks like. Once he gets the minerals up, his overlord is in ShOoTER's base, and he's going to be checking out to make sure to see if double gateway or a forge or a cybernetics core is coming up, and that's going to govern the play from Spanishiwa next. Now needs to be very careful here that he does not get pyloned off. Though the new patch, yes, it does take 3 pylons, but that does not make it impossible. It can still be very deadly. And of course we see ShOoTER laying down the forge, but of course Spanishiwa sees this, and right when he sees it, we're probably going to see him run a drone down, because frantically making sure that he does not get cannoned out on this expo, because that is so devastating. And ShOoTER obviously is not saving up minerals as of right now. They're both droning hard, getting their probes out, and Spanishiwa his pool is down, and once he will probably get a few more drones, and it looks like his next overlord is on the way, searching for that probe. Oh no, and he does have money saved, but he doesn't have quite enough. He might be able to make it in time, and Spanishiwa is able to block it. Very nice in hold position. So more drones coming down here to prevent that wall off from completely going down. ShOoTER needs to go and cancel these so he doesn't get too far behind. Though the forge is done for ShOoTER, it's just not going to be enough time, and he's still going to try. I would not try that. Do not try that. Sorry, a little bit for the lag there as the hatchery finishes, and these drones pretty much safe from any kind of cannon pressure that's going to be going on. Now Spanishiwa is still got an overlord in the base, as there's no cybernetics core. So finally cybernetics core going down. And Spanishiwa, of course, sees the timing of this, and so he knows he's pretty safe. He's got a first 6 initial lings, so he's going to actually try and put some pressure on our Protoss player. And a drone going, what is he? A 24 third. A 24 third. Okay, I'm going to pause this. Why can he do this? He sees the cybernetics core timing. Almost no Protoss player pushes out without warp gate technology. He knows there's no cannons that he has seen so far. He knows that there's only about 1 or 2 zealots. He knows that no pressure is coming out. Is it risky? Absolutely. Possible? Definitely. So we're going to go and resume this replay, and the Zerglings are going to be making their way and going to peek up the ramp to see exactly what's going on. ShOoTER is getting a weapons level 1 for his Protoss forces, and going to see how this goes. It looks like he's going to go ahead and just try and take down this amount of Zerglings. Can go ahead and shoot down a zealot, and there is just massive lag. Oh my goodness. That goes down, but of course ShOoTER is able to push, get a pylon in the way and making a cannon in the way. And this is not looking good for ShOoTER. He is in a rough spot, and while this is all going on, we see that Spanishiwa is making a few more Zerglings, 2 queens, and more drones. He's continuing to drone hard. Zergling actually is able to get in here and check and see what's going on, and he just noticed warp gate tech just started. So not only is the cybernetics core delayed due to the early forge, but now the warp gate tech is finished. So he's probably checking these refineries, checking the gas to see how much has been mined out, and of course we can see this one just finished, and this one's been going for a little while, so we just got 2 gases. Now this cannon is unfortunately going to take out the ling. He could have held it back and allowed a good bit more scouting. Let's go and look back at Spanishiwa's base, still continuing to drone and get that mining. He is just a little bit ahead, but we're probably going to see that skyrocket. We can already see from the income that he is getting really ahead, building the Roach Warren down at his base, and some people are curious to why others will do this. Sometimes against Terran, of course, Hellions can run in here, and walling off with the building is good, but of course, the magical number for minerals is 16. 16 drones, and so what he's trying to do is he's actually trying to stay even on his drones from base to base. He wants to make sure that it stays as even as possible in order to mine the best. And of course, a little bit of why I know this is I actually talked to him afterwards and figured out exactly what his reasoning was for everything. And so that might be something that you want to think about. Overlord placement is absolutely phenomenal. He has the Zonaga Tower. He's going to be getting this Zonaga Tower, another Overlord, Suicide Overlord coming in here, and what he needs to check with this Ling, oh, I got picked off. He needs to see if a Nexus is going down, because the big thing in this kind of situation is if Spanishiwa sees a Nexus, he knows that he's okay. There's not going to be too much early pressure. But if there's no Nexus, he really needs to be scared, because Warp Gate tech is done, Warp Gates are out, units are getting made, and that is a very scary moment, and he knows this, so he has to come and see if there's a Nexus, and see if he can breathe a sigh of relief. Whenever you're doing this pivotal scouting, at this time, you really have to bank on what you see. And of course, he sees the Nexus, Overlord comes in, sees that, and so he knows he's okay. He obviously could see a little bit of the unit composition, and 16 drones. And the only reason why he can do that is because of good scouting. He had an Overlord in the base, only saw 2 gates, saw the unit composition, and knows I can build a big enough army within that amount of time. Spanishiwa is getting 4 gases, and he might be getting these gases. Let's bring up that he's almost at 2K. He has almost 70 drones. He's going to be running off 6 gases so soon. He's at 2K, and we are 9 minutes into the game. Now you're going to say, oh, well, ShOoTER's just playing bad. But really, if he didn't have those 3 bases, he wouldn't be this far ahead. It's just great, phenomenal scouting. And so I encourage you guys to scout, and know and learn how to base your decisions off what's going on. And we see some very risky, but decisions that are paying off for Spanishiwa in this situation. We see a Nidus network going down, and I see a Hydroden on my... Okay, so once again, trying to keep even drones on the bases, so Hydroden coming down at the 3rd, and we do see ShOoTER is pushing out, so we see 18 Lings and 8 Roaches are on the way. Weapons level 1 is about 3/4 done. That will not be ready for the attack. These are just kind of pointless because they will not finish in time. This is a heavy Sentry Stalker army, so we're going to see some really good force fields, I hope, but the army coming out here just in enough time. Let's go and bring up the units tab and see that he definitely has ShOoTER outnumbered here. And what is going on? Pay attention. Oh, Nidus, because Protoss is slow. Always remember, Protoss is slow. Stalkers are fast, but everyone else is slow. So, he knows this. He had the Nidus prepared. Roaches are coming in, and they're pouring out. He already had Lings pouring out on here, and so all of ShOoTER's armies over here, he can't do anything against it. He has got to get all of his army back. He only has 2 gates. He's trying to make a really nice actual wall off. We're going to see how that pays off. But more reinforcements just coming in. Bring up the production tab. More Roaches pouring in. And he, of course, in this kind of situation, I'm going to pause. He has everything routed to the Nidus. Do that. Do that. All right, unpause. So, good force field, splitting the forces, trying to use the cannon the best he can, but ShOoTER just does not have enough forces. Now, this is a great little wall off here. I really like this. This prevents anything from coming down here as the cannons are blocking for the gateways. Oh, and those Stalkers are going to be the last Stalkers because the Cybernetics Core just went down. They do have Weapons 1 and Defense 1. Immoral coming out here, but he's getting left alone. He's able to get focus fire. That's not good. They do 50 damage. Well, 55 now with the upgrade. Ooh, a little bit of Burrow Micro. Very nice. He has some units in here. He needs to go ahead and pour in here, but he's doing a little Burrow Micro, so it's kind of getting away from him. More still coming. Tunneling Claws, Weapons 2, range for Hydras just finished, and are Hydras even here? I don't even know if they're here. They're somewhere, but getting a perfect surround, and you can see this game is already over. We will be seeing the GG soon, and they are going to talk a little bit of banter because this is the actual final match, and these guys are friends. So the whatever you see, it's really not that big of a BM. They actually are friends, so it's not too big of a big deal. Tongue Claws is finished, and all of this is going up. So I want to go and quickly go over everything. The 24 third, he's already getting a fourth as well during this attack. Yeah, the prize pool was $30. Alright, I'm not gonna repeat that, but third, super early, but that's because Cybernetics core time. He was able to run a Zergling up, saw the Nexus, knew those were not going to be attacking units. So ShOoTER's army was less. He went 2-gate into a Robo after the Forge, and so already you can't produce a lot off of that. And especially once you lay down that Nexus, that really hurts your funds. So that puts Spanishiwa in a very good position. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed my very first replay with Forge Strategy Gaming. I'm so excited to be able to be a partner with them. Of course, if you guys really like this cast, I have a bunch of more Spanishiwa on my channel. If you like the way that I cast, I just encourage you guys to check out my channel and subscribe. That's so awesome. Everyone that's been supporting me, I love you guys, and this is Cricket. I'm out.